my friends, Kevin Steinman here with Crypto Daily News, where I have my co-host Chelsea Penner.
Hello.
The date is April 14th. We're coming here on a Sunday, and we're actually seeing some really cool market sentiment right now. We have all the top 5 volume coins right now: Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin going back up in price, with Bitcoin at 5,185. We have Ethereum at 168, XRP, aka Ripple, at 32 cents, Bitcoin Cash at $302, and Litecoin at $83. So I just want to first talk about something that not many people know about, which is that EOS is likely going to be listed on Coinbase in the next few weeks or even the next month or two, but it's going to happen soon. And when that happens, that just means that the liquidity and the volume that is going to happen from the transactions that are occurring, people buying and selling this token, is going to skyrocket, because Coinbase is one of the biggest exchanges out there. Most people use Coinbase in like no other exchanges, period. So be on the lookout for that. If you haven't bought any EOS for yourself, I know you could have had the opportunity when it was $2, but it's not $2 anymore. It's like $5. So you're going to want to look into that, see if it makes sense for you to buy. If you have any extra money lying around under your mattress or in your pillow or wherever, then you're going to want to do that. So
I've been trying to tell people to buy EOS for a long time, because they're taking over what Ethereum was trying to do, and they're going to do it better. They have better technology.
Yeah. If you guys aren't familiar with decentralized applications, that's one of the main things that EOS is banking on. And in essence, what it means is that EOS has created the ecosystem similar to the App Store, like the same App Store that you use to buy apps such as Fortnite, or even apps that you download like Instagram or Tinder. EOS is swipe rightable, so you want to make sure you get something like a handful of EOS. Even if you can only afford $20 worth, it'll be worth it in the next few weeks. If they get listed on Coinbase again, the liquidity is going to go up, which means the transactions are going to go up. Second thing I want to talk about is, let's say, I think it was about 3 to 4 months ago, the split with Bitcoin Cash happened. And what happened essentially was Bitcoin Cash turned into Bitcoin Cash ABC and Bitcoin Cash SV, which is Satoshi Vision. And when this happened, Bitcoin Cash SV and Bitcoin Cash ABC were actually in a war of sorts, trying to compete with hash rate. And this is partially what caused the market to tank, because in essence what drives price is the transactions having on any specific coin. But when people are taking away the transactions and the hashes that are going towards Bitcoin itself, then that means that the derivatives are now having these hash rates. And if they're renting like cloud mining solutions to like boost up the hash rate power, then it means that like, okay, all those other like transactions that could be happening with Bitcoin, which is the main asset, are now going to these new derivatives. But then now one of them is about to be delisted, which is
from all the exchanges.
Well, not all of them right away, but
they're trying to do all of them on May 1st. They're trying to convince all the exchanges.
Oh,
yeah.
Snap.
Yeah.
So May 1st is like doomsday then.
Doomsday for
if you have
Bitcoin
Bitcoin Cash SV, you may consider selling that, because if that's going to happen on May 1st, that is I don't want to own that asset. Period.
Nope.
Yeah.
No one wants to own it. Dump it now.
But that does mean if you have just the regular Bitcoin Cash, that'll be one to hang on to.
Right.
And that
because Bitcoin Cash will go up because everyone's dropping the SV.
Yeah, so it's almost like it's going to go back to normal, and people will be like, what the heck were we thinking?
Right.
So make sure to look into that more. Of course, any advice you take from us, financial or otherwise, may result in you going broke and dying. But, again, we're just here to give you the news as it comes to us and make it a little bit fun. So
regurgitating news.
Yeah. So in any event, make sure to look into that a little bit more on CryptoDailyNews.online or other news outlets. Bitcoin Cash is the one you want to hang on to, and Bitcoin Cash SV is the one that's likely going to plummet due to the fact that it's going to be delisted from a bunch of exchanges.
Right.
But as we're getting into this, as I said, the top 5 coins in volume are already going back up. And Chelsea was actually just mentioning, due to this bullish sentiment, I think what has helped it is the fact that Binance recently made an announcement about Bitcoin itself. What was that announcement that they made, Chelsea?
So, due to Binance's research, because they've been around almost the longest out of any other exchange, and they have the highest volume, they've been doing research on volume, the people using and trading cryptocurrency, altcoin usage, etc., they came up with all these numbers and determined that Bitcoin hit its floor. And based on Bitcoin hitting its floor, it definitely, I think, made people feel better about buying. Because I think a lot of people were waiting. I'm going to wait until Bitcoin hits its floor. I'm going to wait until it's at its lowest price. So Bitcoin announced, this is it. Or Binance, said, this is it. So it made everybody like, okay, we got to buy now. And then something happened in Russia as well, that the government bought a lot of cryptocurrency. So that was another reason crypto went up. So I think both of those reasons cryptocurrency went up. And definitely waking up in crypto land.
Yeah, I think another thing to consider too, guys, is that over the last 3 to 6 months, China has become so much more open to cryptocurrency and blockchain than they ever have been in the last decade even. So like just in the last 3 to 6 months, all of a sudden they're like, we could actually make money off of this. And so needless to say, there's a lot more people in China than most other parts of the world that are in the crypto space, and that is going to again attribute to the volume going towards Bitcoin. And if you're looking at just price, you're looking at the wrong thing. You should be looking at volume and transactions. Go to CoinMarketCap, do your own due diligence, but at the end of the day, if people are using something and there's volumes and transactions occurring, that clearly shows interest. It doesn't really matter what the price is. If people are using it, it's happening.
Correct.
So in any event, the last thing I just wanted to touch on before we mention some other fun things is Facebook coin. First, what the heck is up with Mark Zuckerberg? He bans crypto ads, and he's like, you know what? I'm tired of these token sales and these security token sales. I just don't want them happening, and I don't think people should be able to advertise any crypto-related stuff on my platform. But long and behold, while that was being announced, they're working with other companies to go and build their own coin.
Right.
And just yesterday, Tim Draper was meeting with Facebook executives to discuss investing in a Facebook coin. So it's like, I don't know what to say. First, this company, Facebook, they're like, let's ban crypto ads and then launch our own. Let's go and sell people's private data and then try and turn our social network into a private network. I just don't understand where they get off, but it's really not the time or the place to get into that too much. I just found it so interesting that now they're getting all this interest, and now it seems like it actually could become a real thing. And I think what's probably going to help is with that rollout, something else that they've been working on over the last 3 to 6 months is consolidating all their messaging platforms. So let's say, for instance, someone has Instagram, someone has Facebook Messenger, someone just has Facebook, someone else has WhatsApp. What they're planning on doing is making it so if someone has WhatsApp and someone else has Instagram, you two would still be able to communicate even though you don't have the same application because you're part of the network. Facebook owns
That's
all
smart.
these applications and companies. So they're trying to make it so that if someone else has this but they don't have this, they can still communicate via the messaging platform. And if that happens, it's going to be really easy to roll out cryptocurrency, their own coin, across all those networks through the actual messaging application to make it like, okay, you want to send me this amount? It's just seamless, right? And at the end of the day, I think many people would agree the ubiquity of what has happened with being able to order like food, for instance, through applications has pretty much made our lives like a completely different way of life, right?
Yeah, we can all be lazy.
Yeah, so it's just like now the same thing is almost happening, like another industry, like let's say microtransactions and just peer-to-peer finance is changing, and it's changing in a way that's becoming more social. So it's going to be something really interesting to take a look at over the next, I would say, 2 months. This is probably when they will have a final decision they want to share with the public. But at the end of the day, I think you guys should keep in touch with us, keep in touch with Chelsea. Make sure to follow her, follow Crypto Daily News. We post content on CryptoDailyNews.online every single day, helping you understand where the market's headed. And of course, we're probably going to start doing these episodes again more once a week. There's been a stagnant bear market, as most people know, over the last 6 months or more, and so there really hasn't been much to report on. But now that there is finally interest coming back and the sentiment has returned to being bullish, it makes sense to start getting back into telling everyone what's going on and how they can participate in the market should they choose to.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, things are getting more exciting in cryptocurrency. VeChain is doing some really cool stuff like we were talking about.
Right.
VeChain is collaborating with Game of Thrones, which is launching their season premiere tonight for their last season. And VeChain and Adidas collaborated, so they have these really awesome like Adidas Game of Thrones shoes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just some really cool stuff that VeChain is doing. So yes, someone asked me earlier if they should invest in VeChain. I think yes, that's a good one. I think we both think that Bitcoin Cash is a good one, at least while the SV transitions right now.
Yeah.
Obviously, Bitcoin is always Old Faithful.
Yeah.
And we think EOS is a really good one too. And that's usually what everybody wants to tune in and listen. Like, what do you think is good right now? And that's what we think the winners are right now at this very moment.
Yeah, and again, one thing to keep in mind is, I already made the disclaimer earlier, but one thing to remember is that there's a difference between investing and trading. If you are actually interested and have faith in cryptocurrency and blockchain technology, then realistically, if you buy $100 worth of Bitcoin Cash right now, which would essentially cost you, well, you would get 0.3 Bitcoin Cash right now because it costs about $300. But basically, if you bought even $100 worth right now and you held it for the next 2 years, the price is going to go up. Like, I'm talking 99% is going to go up. But if you want to try and trade it, that's at your own risk, okay? Like, trading is very risky, and especially in the crypto markets, needless to say, the higher volume the coin has, the more easy it is for you to actually see like what's happening, and the less prone it is to market manipulation. What happens for tokens that have less volume is that whales can go in and they will basically be able to move the markets more easily, which is not good for you as a smaller retail investor, because then you're not able to go and do that same thing. Chelsea and I, in a previous episode, I think it was probably like 3 episodes ago, we actually showed what happened when someone tried to do that with Bitcoin itself, and the market straight up just went cocoon, cocoon. Like, it was pretty crazy.
Bad manipulation. It was like
yeah. But the amount of money you would have to do that, like, that was like billions
like
of dollars.
500 million, I think, to move it like that at least.
Yeah. So a huge amount of money, needless to say. But that's pretty much all we have to share with you guys this evening. Again, the date is Sunday, April 14th, 2019. It's episode number 46 of Crypto Daily News. We're so happy to have you join us, and make sure to check out our website. Follow Chelsea, follow Crypto Daily News, and we'll talk to you soon.
Ridiculous, without even trying. How did they do it? This is 10%.